This slide focuses on the core aspects of management operations. At its heart, management operations involve establishing the office, which means setting up the physical or virtual workspace necessary for the team to function effectively. Alongside that, staffing the team is crucial, bringing together the right people with the right skills to perform various roles. Equally important is building the financial systems that support day-to-day operations, ensuring everything from budgeting to accounting runs smoothly. As we explore Chapter 4, we'll see how these elements come together, taking us from the initial office setup all the way to disciplined reporting practices that keep everything on track. This foundation is essential for effective and efficient management operations. On this slide, we're outlining the key areas we'll be focusing on as part of effective management operations. First, we'll discuss establishing the office, which is the foundation for everything else. Then, we'll look at office location and layout, since having the right environment can significantly impact productivity. Next, staffing is critical. Choosing the right people and organizing roles efficiently sets a project up for success. After that, we'll cover policy and procedures, which ensure consistency and help maintain standards. Finally, we'll explore budgets and financial reporting, essential for keeping the operation financially healthy and transparent. Together, these 5 pillars form the core of managing any successful office. Now, let's dive into the first part, which is all about establishing the management office. This is a crucial step because the way we set up the office lays the foundation for everything that follows. We'll focus on selecting the right location and designing the layout to ensure smooth operations. Think of this as creating the operational backbone. It needs to be practical and efficient to support all our management activities. Then, we'll look at how the management operations themselves are structured within this foundation, ensuring that every function works seamlessly together. This part really sets the stage for success. When selecting the office location, there are several key factors to consider. First is accessibility. The office should be easy for tenants, owners, staff, and vendors to reach without hassle, making daily operations smoother. Next is proximity. The location needs to be close enough to the properties we manage to allow for fast oversight and quick response times. Visibility is also crucial. It should be in a place that reinforces our professionalism and strengthens our local presence. Finally, cost-effectiveness matters. The office should support high-quality service delivery without creating excessive overhead expenses. Choosing the right location strikes a balance between being accessible, visible, and efficient, ultimately improving our overall management operations while controlling costs. When designing an office layout, one of the most important principles is enhancing workflow efficiency. This means arranging teams, files, and shared tools in a way that daily tasks flow smoothly with minimal obstacles or delays. It's about making sure everything people need is within easy reach to keep work moving quickly. Another key point is staff visibility. By using clear sightlines and positioning workstations so they are easily accessible, communication stays open and supervisors can easily monitor activities. This not only improves collaboration but also helps maintain a supportive work environment. Client areas are also crucial. These spaces should be designed to create a professional and welcoming atmosphere for meetings, ensuring privacy and making a strong first impression. This helps build trust and confidence with visitors and clients. Overall, a well-thought-out office layout supports speed, effective oversight, and excellent service, making daily operations smoother and more productive. These principles are fundamental to successful management operations. Now, let's talk about staffing the management office. The key to a successful operation lies in having the right roles filled with the appropriate capacity and experience. When the team is well-balanced and skilled, the management operations run smoothly and efficiently. This means carefully selecting people who not only have the necessary expertise but also the ability to manage the workload effectively. Ultimately, the strength of your management office directly impacts the overall performance of your operation. Here we have the key staffing roles essential for effective property management. First, the property manager is central to operations. They handle the day-to-day activities, addressing resident concerns, managing vendor relationships, and ensuring the overall performance of the site. Next, the administrative coordinator supports the team by managing records, scheduling appointments, facilitating communication, and keeping the office running smoothly. Then, the accountant or bookkeeper is responsible for all financial tracking, monitoring income and expenses, completing reconciliations, and ensuring financial reports are accurate and up to date. Finally, the leasing agent plays a critical role in marketing available units, conducting tours for prospective residents, and turning inquiries into signed leases. Together, these roles form the backbone of management operations, ensuring the property is well run and financially sound. When building a strong team, qualifications and experience are fundamental. Certifications and a valid property management license demonstrate a solid professional foundation and commitment to industry standards. Fair housing compliance training is crucial to ensure ethical and legal management practices. Experience in operations or leasing provides practical knowledge, while exposure to budgeting and reporting highlights financial acumen. Key skills like clear communication, organization, and problem-solving are essential for day-to-day success. Remember, strong teams start here because capability matters just as much as headcount. It's not just about the number of people, but the quality and expertise they bring to management operations. Here, we're looking at the relationship between policies and procedures within management operations. Policies are essentially the operating rules that help us maintain consistency, ensure accountability, and establish control across various functions. They act as a foundation, guiding how decisions are made and how actions are carried out. Procedures, on the other hand, are the specific steps or processes that put these policies into action. Together, they create a structured environment where management can operate efficiently and effectively. Understanding this connection is crucial because it helps us implement standards that support our organizational goals while minimizing risks. Now, let's talk about why policies matter in management operations. First, consistency is crucial. Standard procedures help reduce variation, ensuring that service quality remains steady no matter which property, staff member, or daily decision is involved. This uniformity builds trust and reliability. Second, there's legal protection. Documented rules support compliance with regulations, reduce risks, and provide a clear record of how the office functions. This can be invaluable if any legal issues arise. Lastly, accountability plays a key role. When expectations are clearly defined, responsibilities become visible, performance can be measured, and it's easier to enforce follow-through. Together, these points show how important well-crafted policies are for smooth, effective management. Here, we focus on the core policy areas that make up our policy framework. The foundation is that clear rules lead to consistent service delivery, effective control, and strong accountability. First, tenant communication sets standards for how we issue notices, respond to inquiries, provide updates, and document all interactions. This ensures transparency and reliability. Second, rent collection outlines due dates, acceptable payment methods, handling of late fees, and processes for following up on delinquent accounts, which helps maintain financial stability. Third, maintenance procedures cover the entire workflow, from work order intake and approval to vendor selection and completion tracking, ensuring timely and quality repairs. Fourth, emergency protocols define escalation steps, after-hours contact points, immediate safety actions, and comprehensive reporting to handle urgent situations efficiently. Fifth, staff conduct emphasizes professional behavior, service expectations, as well as compliance and ethics, which are vital for trust and integrity. Finally, financial management specifies approval limits, record-keeping practices, internal controls, and reporting duties to maintain financial accountability and transparency. All these areas combine to create a well-structured and effective management operation. Now, let's focus on the fourth key shape, which deals with financial management. This area is critical because it involves overseeing budgets, fees, and maintaining a strong reporting discipline. Effective financial management ensures that resources are allocated wisely and that all financial activities are monitored and documented carefully. This helps in making informed decisions, staying within budget, and maintaining transparency for all stakeholders involved. By managing operations with a clear financial structure, we can keep the project or organization running smoothly and sustainably. Here, we outline the key steps involved in developing a disciplined budget. First, we assess property needs by thoroughly reviewing operations, occupancy levels, maintenance requirements, and any planned work. This helps us understand exactly what resources are necessary. Next, we estimate expenses by projecting costs related to payroll, utilities, repairs, contracts, and administrative activities. These projections form the financial backbone of the budget. Then, we allocate reserves, setting aside funds specifically for replacements, risk management, and future capital needs, ensuring the property remains well maintained over time. Finally, we review and approve the budget by validating our assumptions, adjusting priorities as needed, and finalizing everything for formal approval. This stepwise process moves us from operational realities toward a sound financial plan that supports effective management. Here we have the key budget categories that are fundamental to managing operations effectively. First, operating expenses cover essential costs like utilities, contract services, insurance, supplies, and other routine property expenses that keep daily activities running smoothly. Next, maintenance reserves are crucial. They're funds that we set aside specifically for repairs, replacements, and capital needs. This helps us handle unexpected work without disrupting our cash flow. Then, staff payroll includes everything related to our personnel, salaries, hourly wages, benefits, training, and all costs tied to our office and on-site teams. Finally, administrative costs encompass software, office rent, communication tools, legal support, and reporting functions, all of which are vital for strong management oversight. Understanding these categories helps us keep a clear picture of where resources are going and how we maintain operational stability. When determining management fees, it's important to choose a fee structure that aligns with the revenue, scope, and operational complexity of the property. One common approach is percentage-based fees, where charges are calculated as a share of collected rent or gross revenue. This method ties the manager's compensation directly to the income generated, creating a strong incentive to maximize revenue. Another option is a flat fee, which is a fixed monthly charge. This provides predictable costs and works well when the scope of services is stable and clearly defined. Lastly, tiered pricing adjusts fees based on factors like portfolio size, service level, or complexity. This ensures that the fees accurately reflect the workload and value provided. Selecting the right fee structure helps balance fair compensation with effective property management. Now, let's focus on financial reporting, which is a critical part of management operations. This involves meeting tax requirements and preparing operating reports. These reports do more than just present numbers, they transform raw data into meaningful insights that help oversight and decision-making. Essentially, financial reporting acts as a bridge between the numbers and the strategic management of the organization, ensuring everything is transparent and compliant. When it comes to tax reporting requirements, there are 4 key year-end deliverables we need to focus on. First, the income statements, which provide a summary of rental income, other revenues, and the net operating results for the period. This gives us a clear picture of the financial performance. Next, we have the expense reports. These document operating costs broken down by category, such as payroll, maintenance, utilities, and contracted services. This detailed breakdown helps us track where money is being spent. Third, year-end summaries consolidate the total annual performance figures, adjustments made, and account reconciliations, all of which are essential for an accurate final review. Finally, tax documentation is crucial for preparing all supporting records needed for filings. This includes forms like 1099s, depreciation schedules, and owner statements, ensuring compliance and transparency with tax authorities. Understanding and managing these 4 components is fundamental for smooth tax reporting and financial management. Let's delve into apartment operating reports, which are essential for effective property management. First, there's revenue analysis. Here, we track rent, other income sources, and how well collections are performing compared to our plan. This helps us understand if we're meeting financial expectations. Next, we have expense breakdown. This section details costs like payroll, maintenance, utilities, and vendor expenses, organized by category. It allows us to pinpoint where our money is going and manage expenses wisely. Then, there's variance analysis, which highlights areas where we are over or under budget. Understanding these variances helps us identify the reasons behind the differences and take corrective actions. Lastly, we look at occupancy metrics. These measure how many units are occupied, the impact of vacancy loss, turnover rates, and the pace of leasing. By closely monitoring these metrics, we can make informed decisions that improve property performance. Altogether, this report transforms daily property activities into actionable insights for better management. Here, we're focusing on the key metrics that really drive performance and decision-making in property management. First, the occupancy rate tells us how many units are leased compared to the total available, which is crucial for understanding overall demand and revenue potential. Next, net operating income reflects the income we have after covering operating expenses, offering insight into profitability. The expense ratio shows us how much of our revenue is being spent on expenses, helping identify efficiency levels. Capital reserve status tracks the funds set aside for future replacements or repairs, ensuring long-term financial health. Rent collection rate measures how effectively rent is collected on time, which directly impacts cash flow. Tenant satisfaction is another vital metric, as it signals resident experience and helps predict retention rates. Lastly, management operations encompass all these areas, tying them together to optimize overall performance. Together, these metrics provide a comprehensive view to guide strategic decisions. Here, we're looking at how integration creates a complete picture for effective management operations. It starts with the office location, which sets the foundation for access, workflow, and daily service visibility. This ensures everyone knows where to be and how to move through their tasks efficiently. Next, staffing plays a crucial role by putting the right people in place to execute consistently. Without the right team, even the best plans can fall apart. Then, policies come into play. These create repeatable standards that guide every operating decision, making sure processes are uniform and reliable. Budgets are just as important. They align resources, fees, and financial expectations to keep the operation sustainable and focused. Finally, reporting transforms all the activity into measurable performance insights, providing the data needed to evaluate success and identify areas for improvement. The key takeaway is that operations only work smoothly when each part informs the next, creating a seamless flow from location to reporting. This integration is what keeps management operations effective and aligned. Let's review some best practices for achieving success in management operations. First, systematic documentation is crucial. By standardizing forms, workflows, and decisions, we ensure that the office runs consistently and efficiently, minimizing confusion and errors. Next, regular audits play an important role. Consistently reviewing files, controls, and reports helps us identify any gaps early on, so we can address issues before they escalate. Effective team communication is also key. Keeping expectations, priorities, and handoffs clear and visible across all roles helps everyone stay aligned and work smoothly together. Integrating technology is another best practice. Connecting property management, accounting, and reporting systems reduces manual work, which not only saves time but also lowers the risk of errors. Finally, continuous improvement is essential. By using results, feedback, and market trends, we can refine our processes over time, ensuring ongoing efficiency and effectiveness in our operations. On this slide, we're focusing on 4 common operational challenges that can significantly impact service quality, cost control, and compliance. First, staffing turnover is a major concern. When positions remain vacant frequently, it slows down response times, drives up training expenses, and leads to inconsistency across different properties. Secondly, budget overruns can catch you off guard. Unexpected costs and weak financial controls chip away at profitability and limit the resources available for smooth operations. Third, policy enforcement is crucial. If policies are applied unevenly, it creates confusion among staff, results in uneven service delivery, and opens the door to preventable disputes. Lastly, regulatory compliance is non-negotiable. Missing key requirements exposes the business to fines, audit complications, and damage to its reputation. Addressing these 4 areas effectively is essential for maintaining strong management operations. When we talk about technology in operations, especially in property management, the right software becomes a game changer. A good property management system centralizes key activities like leasing, maintenance, work orders, and daily workflows across the entire portfolio, making everything more streamlined. Another crucial aspect is financial tracking. With advanced tools, managers get real-time visibility into budgets, cash flow, fees, and overall operating performance. This immediate insight helps in making informed decisions quickly. Tenant communication is also vastly improved by digital platforms. They enable faster updates, service requests, and notices, while fostering better resident engagement through various digital channels. This enhances tenant satisfaction and operational efficiency. Document management within these systems provides organized, secure access to leases, policies, reports, and compliance records. This minimizes risk and saves time by keeping everything in one accessible place. Ultimately, digital tools transform complex processes into controlled, manageable workflows. The right system connects people, reporting, and execution, bringing greater coherence and efficiency to management operations. To wrap up, let's focus on some key takeaways for effective management operations. First, having the proper location and layout is crucial because it directly impacts how efficiently operations run. Next, assembling the right team is essential. Success largely depends on having skilled and motivated people in place. Solid policies are also important. They provide consistency and control, ensuring everyone follows the same standards. Accurate budgeting can't be overlooked either. It's vital for sustaining operations over the long term and avoiding financial pitfalls. Finally, transparent reporting fosters trust and accountability, which are foundational for maintaining strong relationships internally and externally. These elements together create a strong framework for successful management operations. Now, let's focus on turning everything we've learned in this unit into action. First, I recommend reviewing the materials from Chapter 4 thoroughly. This means going back over the readings, supplemental articles, and videos to really solidify your understanding of office setup, staffing, policy development, budgeting, and reporting decisions. Next, take advantage of the unit flashcards. These are optional but very useful for helping you lock in key terms, process steps, and important financial reporting concepts, ensuring you're fully prepared before moving forward. Finally, put these concepts into practice by applying them to a real property scenario. Try outlining an office location, creating a staffing plan, establishing core policies, developing a budget approach, and identifying reporting needs for an apartment community. This hands-on exercise will help cement your understanding and prepare you for real-world management operations. Now, focusing on management operations, this is where the real work of building a sustainable foundation for property performance happens. Strong operations are essential because they transform properties from just investments into enduring assets that hold long-term value. By maintaining effective management practices, we ensure that the property performs well consistently, reducing risks and maximizing returns. Ultimately, solid management operations are the backbone that supports sustainable property success.